Yo everyone, it's Neonscraft and welcome back to another guide video in League of Legends. So today we'll be talking about Twisted Fate in the mid lane, about his abilities, runes, masteries, items, and some useful tips. Now let's go over his spells. His passive is called Loaded Dice. Upon killing a unit, Twisted Fate rolls his dice, gaining anywhere from 1 to 6 bonus gold. Naturally, Twisted Fate has a higher chance to receive a larger bonus. This passive is great for getting your items quickly, even if the enemy mid laner has the same amount of CS as you do. His Q ability is Wild Cards. TF throws 3 cards which deal magic damage to each enemy unit they pass through. This is where most of your damage would come from. The travel time on his cards are pretty slow, so you have to position yourself in a good spot. Next is his W, which is Pick a Card. Cast it once to shuffle the deck and cast it again to choose a card, enhancing Twisted Fate's next attack. His blue card restores your mana, his red card does splash damage with a slow, and his gold card is his signature stun. I'll explain the uses of this ability later on. Now is his E, which is Stacked Deck. Every 4 attacks, Twisted Fate deals additional magic damage. In addition, his attack speed is increased by a percentage. A lot of people underestimate this ability. You should charge it up before you gank for the extra damage. Lastly is his ultimate, Destiny. This allows you to reveal all the champions even if they're stealth on the first cast. On the second cast, it allows you to teleport a great distance. This spell is great for ganking since you're in the mid lane. You can go either top or bot and turn a losing fight into a winning one. Now let's talk about his summoner spells that I would recommend taking. Flash is a great spell for TF because he lacks the escape he needs. Next is Ghost because more movement speed would allow him to easily escape or engage. Other spells are Ignite, Barrier, and Teleport. Barrier can be used against first D champions, and Teleport can be used to get back in the fight easily. Next are the items. In the early game, you should get the standard Doran's Ring and Pots. If you did well in the lane, get Boots and a large rod. If not, you can get the Aether Wisp and Boots. The first item you should build is the Luden's Echo because of its good damage and the pushing power it gives. Here are the core items, offensive items, and defensive items. I would also like to mention the Rapid Fire Cannon, because I have had success with it many times. You could test it out if you'd like, and make sure to buy your blue trinket and place it everywhere on the map. As for runes, I go for flat magic pen marks, flat armor and heal seals, scaling cooldown and AP glyphs, and flat AP quints with movement speed quint. As for the master page, I go for 0, 18, and 12. In the early game, TF can bully melee AP champions very well. If you're against the poke lane, try to poke them back using your Q, and use your blue card on the minions to regain your mana. If you are against AD assassins, then you should rush the arm guard and stay safe. Twisted Fate can gank other lanes easily, so map awareness is key if you want to utilize his ult effectively. Depending on the situation, the different cards you use on your W can determine the flow of the fight. You would usually use your gold card all the time, but remember to use your blue card to regain your mana back. TF can go out of mana easily if you don't use your blue card in between fights. Keep yourself safe while still being able to hit enemies, and don't ever go too far without vision. Thanks so much for watching and have fun.